We were all cherry-cheeked anime fans at some point. Sadly, that time usually ends with a bang. It's time for bad anime shows to get what they finally deserve. No matter how many episodes or how bad it is, I'll prevail and beat them all. It's time for Undroppable.
Oh, how tricky of me. You thought I'd be doing more of the list, but instead here we are, getting to look more into the Yuri genre that we haven't got to look at before, a genre itself that is very stagnant and prone to not being well written, as it only really has one story to tell, or at least one story everyone gravitates towards, much like the cyberpunk genre, but a good story about the emotions and trials of an unorthodox love, just as a girl on girl or guy on guy, would be very relevant to the modern society in which we live, but focusing less on just being gay, but rather focusing on what the characters go through in coming towards the realization of their sexuality. So now let's see how far off the target this one falls. Let's jump right into Sakura Trick. This came out in winter of 2014, coming to us from Studio Dean, and is an adaptation of the 4-koma manga of the same name, which started in 2011 and is still ongoing, and being published in Manga Time Kirara Miracle, and is one of those Yuri animes where the women folk like each other and men become more rare than diamonds. So let's get this here and talk some more. Our women to get their love on are Haruka and Yu, a name that is very confusing when you bring her up in conversation with your friends. They have known each other since junior high and are super best friends, and upon entering high school, they are told sucks to be them, as they are the last students that will go through these halls, as the school will be shutting down, so they will not get any juniors to call them senpai and notice them. So Yu starts to get to know more people in the class, and this upsets Haruka, as she thought they were super special friends. So to make it up, Yu proposes they do something that they wouldn't do with any other girl, to solidify how special their friendship is. So they kiss each other, and not a quick peck on the cheek, but full on Mac Daddy trying to taste each other's tonsils type of kiss. And this is pretty much the level of Yuri or lesbianism the show goes to. They kiss a lot, and that's it. So after the first episode, the relationship has peaked and plateaued, as the relationship is nothing more than them just kissing. This is rom-com with much more emphasis on the com part, and the comedy doesn't really rely on the Yuri. But one thing that I don't get is the characters, as they do the usual more possessive mature one and the smaller passive girl, but they give you this really horrible personality. She is very selfish for the majority of the show, which yes plays to her character, as she looks very childish, so she does act very childish, which should make me go, "Aw, bless her," but it just makes me hate her, as Haruka has to go through so much to keep her happy. But then again, Haruka herself isn't a bed of roses. She's very clingy, which they do recognise and laugh at in the show, but by God, they do beat that horse till it ain't moving no more. She'd give Gasai from Future Diary a run for her money on some accounts. The relationship between Shizuka and Kotone is a lot better done. In fact, a lot better than the main couple, as they have trials and worries that they do talk about. They have actual drama, while Haruka and Yu are just comedy. But then again, the comedy isn't all that much well played at times. They do just go for the low-hanging fruit of showing off the girls. One bit being in the first episode where they first meet Yuzu, and to show off that she is meant to be a bit sensitive like any girl, they have her bang her crotch on the table edge, and she makes a cute sound. I'm sorry, but what? This is me just assuming, as I haven't had any of my female friends smack into a table crotch first. But wouldn't that hurt? As well as the whole thing of really? This is how you choose to get across a part of Yuzu's character? Was there really no other way? And I actually liked Yuzu and Kaede, as they seemed like the only characters that had any reality to them. As while the other four were busy making out, Yuzu and Kaede were the straight friends, in which only Kaede actually notices these relationships, and is actually okay with it, whereas Mitsuki, Yu's older sister, isn't. But also wants Haruka to love her, as yeah, why not have the love rival, and the conservative gay is bad character all in one? Oh yeah, because it makes my head hurt. As for the whole part till they tell me in the end she's very suspicious of Haruka, then when she finally catches them, she tries to keep Yu and Haruka apart, but is also wanting Haruka to love her, and gets all hot and bothered around her, which turns out was more of a love for how Haruka can be so devoted to wanting her friend to be happy, which, not gonna lie, was a bit of a letdown. As for the last bit, Mitsuki does look like she has come to terms with her sexuality, as she confesses to Haruka and wants to go out with her, which gets blown down to the comedy of Haruka, as she doesn't really understand and just thinks it was love in the way of two friends loving each other and not lovers, and the go out as in just going out to places and not dating. that small bit was actually engaging till then, and could have been expanded into a series in of its own. So that part really ends this in a mess of what could have been, with two mains that need a bit of a slap, though I will say it looks nice, with the whole pastel colour scheme very fitting for the genre, if only they did more for the story. Now to go and hide from the angry emails of how I don't get the LGBT community, as I'm white, straight and male, and that's why I didn't get it. So till next time, I'll see you guys in the next Undroppable.